Richie Turner, the number 17. Next on the grid, Peru's Jimmy Varno in the 07. The 23, he is from St. Albans. That's John Booten. And it's the 2 from Edelman, who's from Clayburgh. The 44N is Brandon Nolan. The 7 is Josh LeClaire. And shotgun on the field, the H2O from Milton, Vermont. That's Robert Gordon. Another Saturday night of short track racing action takes the green flag. Rob Gordon's H2O having big-time trouble, and he will limp back towards the garage area. He's one of the top runners in this division. Out front, it is the 357 of Curtis Seymour. He is going to lead lap number 1. On the outside of the front row, and then number 28 is Ryan Booten. Booten trying to take the lead over in turn number 2. He sticks the nose out in front, boogies down the backstretch, and Ryan Booten's going to have the lead. Seymour's down on the inside, side-by-side, racing through much of the field. 3 wide, going for the 6th spot on the inside. It's the 43 of Josh Terry. He dives underneath the 22 of Favreau. Jason McClatchy goes around the outside of Rob Favreau, the number 70. Race still on for the lead. It's the 28 of Booten taking the lead in turn number 2, maintaining the lead, I should say, as the 357 of Seymour runs in the 2nd spot. Running 3rd is Joe Warren. Side by side for the 4th spot, Don Franklin, the 69. And outside him, it's the 5 of Mark Karen. Josh Terry in car number 43 had a peek down to the inside of the 69 car, trying to perhaps make a bid down low. Bottom feeding for that 4th spot. The hole's open again. Here they come 3 wide down the backstretch. The 43 of Josh Terry on the inside. Don Franklin, they touch. They bump and bang through turn number 3. Terry holds onto it. Franklin holds onto it. Mark Karen at car number 5 holds onto it. 3 wide through the 3rd and 4th turn. They mixed it up, bumping and banging on each other in the 3rd turn, but they made it work. Josh Terry comes out the winner in that mix. He's up to 4th. The Brookfield Excavation number 43. 3 wide again. Tyler Terry this time. Tyler Terry trying to bid underneath the 69 of Don Franklin. That hole closed up. Now off the 4th turn. Still not there as Franklin dives down in front of him to protect the line. The leader out front is the 28 of Ryan Booten. Booten leads by 6 car lengths over the 357 of Kurt Seymour. Then it's the 13 of Joe Warren, the 43 of Josh Terry. 3 wide racing. Boy, Rob Favreau's been near 3 wide racing, as has Mark Karen for much of this one. Working the inside line, Tyler Terry. Right behind him, it's Richie Turner, the 17, 2-time winner and point leader Turner. Out front, Booten in the 28. He leads by 12 car lengths now over the 357, who's got his hands full with Joe Warren right to the inside, and on his back bumper is the 43 of Josh Terry. Terry's going to follow the 13 underneath perhaps. Now back to the top. 3 cars battling for the 2nd spot. That's fine with race leader Ryan Booten. He wants to see him continue to slug it out for 2nd. He's checking out up front. The 357 of Curtis Seymour hanging on to the 2nd position. Joe Warren's 13, faster on the top of the racetrack, trying to tiptoe underneath the 357. And now here comes Josh Terry looking inside. Joe Warren closes that lane into 1 and 2. Good racing for the 2nd spot. Field working down the backstretch. Josh Terry trying to get underneath Joe Warren, the 13. The battle now for 3rd. That allows Curtis Seymour to hang on to the 2nd spot for now, but Josh Terry's the car on the move. Josh Terry in car number 43. Don Franklin is also bottom feeding now down on the inside line, trying to follow the 43 underneath. Joe Warren, the 13, has gone to the top, but he is losing positions. He's lost the spot to Josh Terry, and now Don Franklin is looking to get underneath. Richie Turner also looking at that line down on the inside. Ryan Booten with an 8's Automotive number 28, leading by nearly half the front stretch. But the racing action for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, right on back through the top 10 is side by side. Josh Terry in the 43 with a bump draft down the backstretch from Don Franklin in the 69. You don't see that too often here at Airborne. Franklin again gets into the back. Oh no, he pushed up. Not sure he did get a piece of the 43 that time in turn 4. As the 43 was sideways, Franklin had pretty good pickup off the 4th turn, and he drove towards the top of the racetrack, but now he's 3 wide. He's in a battle with Richie Turner. He's got Curtis Seymour on the outside, Turner on the inside. Franklin backed out of it, going to 3. Richie Turner trying to come underneath. Point leader, 2-time winner, going for 3rd as Franklin pushes off at turn number 4. He'll move back down to the inside underneath the 17. Curtis Seymour fighting for that 4th spot. Franklin is underneath him. Josh LeClaire is off the pace in turn number 3 with a 7 car, limping along. Ryan Booten does not want to see that yellow flag come out. No yellow, says Booten. No yellow, please. The 7 of LeClaire still moving on the top of 4. Everybody moves underneath. We're halfway. Booten showing the way in the 28. Josh Terry in the 43 trying to chase him down. Richie Turner goes to 3rd in the 17. The 69 of Franklin running in the 4th spot. Lance Raptoy in the top 5 for the first time. Raptoy's got the Culligan-sponsored number 11 into the 5th spot. Curtis Seymour, the 357, fading back to 6th. Running in 7th is Tyler Terry, 8th is Joe Warren, 9th is the 70 of Jason McClatchy, and rounding out the top 10 on the top is Rob Favreau in car 22. So the 28 of Ryan Booten, I believe in search of career win number 1 in the Renegade division with that number 28. And his lead is about 15 car lengths at the line over the Brookfield Excavation 43 of Josh Terry. Richie Turner, the 17, who was so strong last week, eyeing the inside line off turn number 2. He's underneath the 43 down the backstretch going to the 3rd turn, pulling almost even sideways. You can see the rear end kicking out on that 17 car, trying to come through on the inside, down to the front. And it's still a 43 holding on to 2nd by about 3 feet. Turner gets underneath this time in the 2nd turn, trying to pull away off 2. Look at Josh Terry on the top. The progressive banking vaults him down the backstretch, almost drawing even to turn number 3. I think Turner should be able to finish the pass at the conclusion of this lap. Here he comes through on the inside. Richie Turner has the 2nd spot. Josh Terry trying to hang right with him though on the outside. Ryan Booten in car number 28 continues to show the way. It is the 17 of Turner in 2nd, but Josh Terry says not so fast. He's coming back after him with car 43 on the outside, drives it deep into 3 and 4. Hang on to Josh Terry. Sideways with the rear end kicking out a little bit. Turner still in 2nd. Josh Terry still fighting for that 3rd spot as Don Franklin trying to push him back to 4th. Franklin was the Subway 69 sitting in the 4th position, trying to grab 3rd away from Josh Terry on the outside. And closing in on that battle is Lance Raptoy in car number 11. Lap number 19 goes up on the board for Ryan Booten. 6 laps remain for Booten, the Fairfax, Vermont driver, leading by about 12 car lengths now over Richie Turner. Down the backstretch, Turner trying to close the gap. Barring a yellow flag, Ryan Booten appears to be in pretty darn good shape. Turner, as we saw last week, was running lap times a good 0.3 of a second faster than everybody else in the division. I'm not sure he's got enough time to chase him down unless Booten makes a mistake. He pushed a little bit that time in turn number 2, did Ryan Booten, and Richie Turner was able to pick up a couple of car lengths. Booten's going to have to put a lap now on the Junk is Beautiful number 2. That is Metal Man out of Clayburgh. He'll go around the number 2 car in turns 1 and 2. And Richie Turner is starting to chase him down. Off the top of the 2nd turn, it is now about an 8 car length advantage for Ryan Booten in the number 28. Richie Turner, the 17, closing in. He's up on the back bumper of Metal Man in the deuce. And now he'll work around with 3 laps remaining. Ryan Booten in car number 28, hoping that this stays green. A yellow flag now could be disastrous for the 28 that would put Turner at his door, and we saw how quick that 17 was last Saturday. Ryan Booten takes it very high into turn number 4. Down the front stretch, 2 laps to go for Ryan Booten. Richie Turner is closing in. It's down to 5 car lengths. Booten was very high that last lap off of turn number 4. If he does that again this time, I think Turner will close to within a couple of car lengths. Into 3 and 4. Booten working a middle line. Again pushes right up towards the wall off the 4th turn. Here comes Ryan Booten with a white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap remains for Ryan Booten. Richie Turner digging down on the inside. Diamonds to the top of the racetrack. He's closed within 2 car lengths. Ryan Booten has to get through turns 3 and 4. Turner trying to close in. Here he comes off the 4th turn. Down the front stretch to the checkered flag. First career win for Ryan Booten. Richie Turner 2nd, 3rd Don Franklin, 4th Josh Terry, 5th to Lance Raptoy, 6th to Tyler Terry, 7th goes to Curtis Seymour, 8th to the 23, that is John Booten, and finishing in the 9th.
Well, a nice job by Ryan Booten to pick up his first career victory here in the Renegade division. He takes his victory lap around the Big A, and he will bring the Booten Motorsports car, that number 28, into victory lane to Rob Knowles, where he's standing by waiting to talk to the Nate's Automotive number 28, Ryan Booten.
All right, Ryan is unbuckling his helmet. It's always cool when somebody wins for the first time. And Ryan has just picked up his first career victory in the Renegade division. Here he is climbing out, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. Ryan Booten, who's from Fairfax, Vermont. For so many years, of course, this has been a Three-car operation out of the Booten family. Kevin not running this year. Ryan Booten just talked about how neat it is. Whenever a driver, I'm going to pull you this way just a little bit. Whenever you get to victory lane for the first time in a division, it's always a neat thing. Congratulations. Here you are for the first time in victory lane.
Thank you very much. It's a huge group effort over here. My whole family, everybody's involved, 100%. My brother, obviously, is a big influence. He's got a lot of experience here. The women just being able to deal with what we go through every summer here. I appreciate that a lot. My parents, they're behind me 100%, behind all of us 100%. It doesn't get much better than this.
You built up about a half front stretch lead, and down the stretch, it seemed like the car, especially in 4, started to go away on you a little bit. Was it really pushing in the 4th turn?
Absolutely. It was starting to get worse and worse and worse. The more heat got in the tires. I saw the 17 coming, and I know how quick he is, so I just tried to focus on not spinning myself out. That was about it. I knew I could kind of keep a little bit of a distance, but he was coming quick. So.
And I don't know if you were thinking this, but I mentioned it. I bet the last thing you would have wanted was a yellow flag, because it was Richie who was charging right behind you.
I saw the 7-car break going into turn 3, and I said, oh, my God, no. Please, no. And then they never threw it, so it worked out good for me.
Congratulations. Enjoy it, and you get to try again for another one later on.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's Ryan Booten, everybody. He wins for the first time. Richie, come on over quick.
This is Nick Haywood. 8 laps the distance for the Sportsman Modifieds in qualifier number 1. It is Sales and Remington. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag is out. From the inside, the 47 of Sales takes the lead. Travis Bruno was thinking 3 wide off the start. He couldn't get the 33 to hook up on the top of the racetrack. They slice and dice mid-pack as the 20 of Jamie LaFountain looks to go down to the inside of the 54 of Tom Remington, but Remington holds him off for now on the top of the racetrack. Rico Hernandez comes to life down on the inside, but that's pushing like a Mack truck, that number 98 is in turn number 2. Losier quickly takes a left-hand turn hard off of turn number 2. He takes the 4th spot back down on the inside. Good side-by-side racing for spots 4 on back. They're now 3 wide. Trav Bruno in the middle. John Mike Brissett backed out of it in turn number 2. That's a wise decision. Entering turn number 3. Travis Bruno down to the inside of the Hernandez 98. No problem going by down on the inside. Bruno now into the top 5. 5 qualify here for their handicap in the qualification for the Sportsman Modified. So Travis and Bruno has the 5th and final qualified spot. Battle for the lead off the 4th turn at the halfway point. It is still Eric Sales in the 47, but Jamie LaFountain in the number 20 had a peek down to the inside. They race down the back stretch, and Eric Sales holds him off. This is where Jamie LaFountain pulled even, nearly even rather, last time off the 4th turn, but a much better corner that time for Eric Sales. There's no room that time for the 20 of LaFountain. Pretty good racing right now for the 3rd spot. Losier, the number 28, was able to get around Remington's 54. Here comes the 33 of Travis Bruno down to the inside now with that number 33 car. Takes a peek down to the inside in turn number 3. Side by side, halfway through the corner. Off the 4th turn, the 33 of Bruno is going to take away the 3 spot. They touch down the front stretch to the 33 and 28. No problem, though. They're still going. Now the battle for the lead out front into turn number 3. It is still Sales in the 47. He shuts the door in turn number 3, and now off the 4th turn, 1 to go for Eric Sales. Eric Sales in that number 47 trying to hold off Jamie LaFountain and the Marcia Holmes 20. They race into turn number 3. It's still Sales. Let's see if he can hold that car down to the inside. Pretty good job by Sales. He's going to pick up the victory. Jamie LaFountain 2nd. 3rd's going to go to Travis Bruno. 4th, Eric Losier. 5th, Tom Remington. 6th, Cody Abbott. 7th, Nick Haywood. 8th, John Mike Brissett. 24, 1 win on the season for Chris Susi. Final row on the field, the 91. That's Rick Donor. Outside the 69 is Mike Finney. Here they come. Off the 4th turn. Green. Flag is out. From the outside, no surprise, Lonnie Rivers takes the lead, but Bottles in turn number 1, big time, is able to rocket ship down the backstretch into the lead. Brian McGinley runs 2nd down on the inside. Chris Susi dove down to the bottom. He takes over the 3 spot with the 1 of Jake Branham hanging by on the top. Nearly dead even for the 3rd spot that time down the front stretch. Off of turn number 2 this time, Susi has the nose out in front, but again, Jake Branham battles back on the top of the racetrack. Mike Finney in the 69, eyeballing that battle side by side, has now given it to Chris Susi in the number 24, as Jake Branham bobbled off of turn number 4. Now the 35 of McGinley washed up the racetrack a little bit, but so did a couple of cars behind him. The 24 of Susie washed up, so did the 1. Look out, Lonnie Rivers is, he's got a wheel going off the top of turn number 4. And the yellow flag comes out. Well, pretty good pace set by McGinley in that number 35. Let's see when he gets on it. Right now is when he wants to get on it. Here he comes off the 4th turn. Green. Flag is out. A little bit of a push down the front stretch as if Jake Branham wanted to help him out. Actually, Jake Branham just probably wanted to get going as the outside lane really moves here. Chris Susie to the lead and Mike Finney to second. Jake Branham comes through down on the inside of that number 1, pushes up the racetrack a little bit though, up in front of Brian McGinley. As McGinley now runs a top line around the racetrack. Really fighting the handle in that number 35 as it snaps left and right through the corners. McGinley is in the 5th and final qualified position. He has to hold off the last 2 cars that are running in order right now, Speedy and the 46 of Joe Daniels, as we're now at the halfway point. Speedy in that 0-3 with a peak down to the inside. Now off of turn number 2, same thing, down to the inside. Nearly pulling even into turn number 3 is that 0-3 down on the inside. We got a challenge for the lead off the 4th turn. The 69 of Finney took it up towards the wall and then backed out of it as he ran out of real estate on the top groove. Now through 1 and 2, there's no wall. So Mike Finney's going to make it stick down the back stretch in that number 69. He sticks the nose out in front. Through 3 and 4, Susie down on the bottom. Both cars push up the racetrack a little bit. Popsicle sticks are out to the 69 to Mike Finney. Finney the new leader that time around. Off the 2nd turn, Finney clears the 24 as he has just about a lap and a quarter remaining to pick up another heat race victory. White flag is out one more time around for the Valley View Firewood number 69 of Mike Finney. Finney runs in the top spot. Susie second, third is Branham. That is the top 3. Rick Donor raced his way up into the 4th spot. Here they come off the 4th turn. Winner of the 2nd heat race, Mike Finney. Second's Chris Susie, 3rd Jake Branham, 4th Rick Donor, 5th is going to be Brian McGinley, 6th Little Joe Daniels, and 7th.
Duquette in the number 47, that is Sylvain Conton. He is from Mascouche, Quebec. And we go back in the field to car number 69, that is Brent Jarvis. Brent, the youngster who is from Peru, picked up that car from Billy Twaits a couple of weeks back. Oh, look out front. We got problems. Chris Frenier, the 93, the 07 of Dylan Paye, the 56 of Casey St. Clair, Austin McKiernan is 55. And, you remember when you were really young, you're still a kid, Robbie, but when you were really young, sometimes your drivers that are still out on the racetrack, they're going to pick up their handicap. So that's good news. Now, hopefully, they keep it straight. Some good cars here to finish things out. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We have Nick Lagoy on board the 7. John Duquette's in the 18. The 47 of Conton down on the inside. He's bottom feeding the 47. Oh, he was sideways, and Robin Wood skipped the beat there for a second with the 61, hoping that he wasn't going to fishtail right in front of him. The 61 of Robin Wood goes around to the top side in turn number 4. And he'll come down the front stretch to get that 3rd spot away from Conton. Out front it is the 7 of Lagoy, the 18 of Sean Duquette running in the 2nd spot. They had a busy week last Saturday with the 18. They had motor issues in practice, plopped in a new motor, and he ran real well in the feature event last Saturday night here at Airborne in the limited late models. So the top 3, Lagoy, Duquette, and Wood. And it's Conton, the 47. And then the 69, that again is Brent Jarvis. Brent is a high school student, I believe, down at Peru Central School, just down the road. He's won here in the past. He's coming out of our go-kart ranks and looking to get his feet wet in the limited late models. Hopefully things continue to go well for him, and he'll show consistent improvement over the course of the year with that number 69. Getting help this week from Billy Twaits, who's the former car owner, and he's been helping him back in the garage area, trying to find a comfortable setup for the youngster. Out front, it is Lagoy in the 7. Running in second is Robin Wood now. 3rd is Sean Duquette. 4th is Conton in the 47. As Lagoy has the lead, but he bobbled in 2, and on the top of the track, Robin Wood trying to go there, and Lagoy cut him off. Going down the backstretch. Now Robin Wood again peeks to the outside into 3 and 4. Nick Lagoy down on the inside in the 7, takes it up to the wall off the 4th turn. A hold on to lead. Robin Wood in the 61 is going to have to tiptoe his way around. Now going back to the top of the racetrack in 1 and 2. He's on the top in the 2nd turn, trying to vault down the backstretch. Looked high, now shoots low down to the inside. Slingshot move almost, going to 3 and 4. The 7 Lagoy holding his line down to the inside, now pushes up. Robin Wood's going to try to bite after him on the inside. LaGoy holding on the lead with 2 laps to go in this first qualifier for the limited late models. It is LaGoy in the 7, Robin Wood in the 61. Side by side racing for the lead. Sean Duquette bobbled in 2. He pushed high. That gives Contant the 3rd spot. Robin Wood sticks the nose out in front. Nick LaGoy comes back after him as they work off the 4th turn down the front stretch, almost touching. White flag. Robin Wood's got the lead. Robin Wood takes the lead at the line. In turns 1 and 2, Robin Wood in the 61 will push to the top of the 2nd turn, and he'll sail away down the backstretch to a 2-car length advantage. He's going to win this one. Robin Wood, car 61, into turn number 4, down the front stretch. Checkered flag is out for the Plattsburgh racer, who wins. 2nd goes to Nick LaGoy. Sylvain Contant finishes 3rd. 4th, it's the 18 of Sean Duquette, and 5th to the 6th light sponsor, number 20, the racing professor from Plattsburgh. That is our point leader and defending track champion, Buck O'Branham. And shotgun on the field in this first qualifier. It is the number 73, the ABC roasting car for Larry Underwood. Larry's from Milton, Vermont. So 9 cars take the green, and Branham's going 3 wide right off the bat. How about that, man? Is he flying or what? Oh, it closed up in front of him, though, and now he gets off into the bunker. He went flying around Danny Sullivan 3 wide, and then the 4 of Brandon Atkins impeded his progress. He's taking it right up towards the wall, 3 wide along the front stretch. 3 wide into 1 and 2. Buck O'Branham throwing caution to the wind early on in this qualifier, trying to get to the 5th position on the outside. He's got it. Danny Sullivan coming after him, but Branham still running 3 wide from the drop of the green flag. 3 wide into turn number 4. Bigor comes through. Now Branham around on the outside. Sullivan's trying to hang right with him. Danny Sullivan making progress on the inside. Buck O'Branham making progress working the rim in car number 20. The leader is the 75 of Cody Myers. Running in 2nd, it is car number 21 for Dave Raptoy. 3rd is Jamie Bigor in the number 19. Top 5 pickup handicap as Bigor tries to get underneath the 21 of Raptoy for 2nd. Meanwhile, a good battle for the 4th spot. The 3 of Danny Sullivan, car number 20 of Buck O'Branham. Right behind them, it is Martin Lacombe in the 03. Again, Branham gets the right side tires off into the bunker. Jamie Bigor's into the 2nd spot. Cody Myers continues to show the way in the Knight Automotive 75. Takes it right to the wall in turn number 4. That allows Bigor to close onto the back bumper. The 75 of Myers leading, but how much longer? Here comes Bigor moving underneath down the backstretch, going for the lead into turn number 3. Side by side racing for the lead. It's Jamie Bigor in car 19 coming through on the inside down the front stretch. He'll be the new race leader. Working in the 2nd spot, it is the 75 of Myers. Dave Raptoy trying to follow through on the inside line. Danny Sullivan trying to thread the needle in 1 and 2, making a 3 wide bid down the backstretch. Here comes Sullivan in car number 3. Danny Sullivan goes to 2nd. Dave Raptoy still there on the inside. Buck O'Branham perhaps eyeing that same move that was just made by Sullivan. Leading out front is Jamie Bigor. Danny Sullivan is into the 2nd spot. Cody Myers works in 3rd. The 20 sideways through 1 and 2. Loses a spot to the 21. Perhaps the 03 of Martin Lacombe as well. Here comes your leader, Jamie Bigor, off the 4th turn down the front stretch. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Bigor. Sullivan works in position number 2. Myers is 3rd. Side by side for 4th between the 21 of Raptoy and the 20 of Buck O'Branham, who continues to work the extreme outside line around the track. Final time in this qualifier. Here he comes off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Jamie Bigor is going to win it. Danny Sullivan is 2nd, 3rd. Cody Myers 4th. Dave Raptoy 5th. Buck O'Branham 6th goes to Martin Lacombe. 7th goes to Chazy's Leon Gagnon in car number 4. Outside, the G-Stone Motors 1X for defending track champion Todd Stone. And shotgun on the grid from Morrisonville, the 28 is Brian Trim. Again, top 4 pickup handicap as they are 3 wide, make it 4 wide going to turn number 2. George Foley, he sneaks his way through that battle for the top spot, worked the middle of the racetrack to grab the lead. Foley wants to check on out. Foley already building up a 10-car length advantage. Max Vienne is running in the 2nd spot. Pierre Berthiaume in the 1 Quebec right now has 4th. Everybody's after him. Dan Brown drifts high. Berthiaume goes to 3rd. Todd Stone vaults underneath Brown to get the 4th spot. Leon Gagnon sitting back in the 6th position. He's now in trouble on the outside looking in car number 4, trying to get around Dan Brown in the 327. Max Vienne in car number 25. They thought they found something that had been majorly amiss with that 25, and they have corrected the problem. They were hoping to find more speed out of that 25 car. We'll see how it plays this week. Pierre Berthiaume picks up the left front off of turn number 4, getting some bite down the front stretch. Berthiaume, who had Pat McGrail on board that car in the final practice session, moves to 2nd. He'll take the 1X of Todd Stone with him to 3rd. 4th now, it is the 25 of Max Vienne. He's still in a good spot. Top 4 qualify for handicap come the feature event. You finish in the top 4, you're guaranteed to start in the top 12 in the feature. Running in 5th is Leon Gagnon. He's the guy that's really feeling the heat because if he doesn't finish in the top 4, he'll be starting from deeper in the field in the feature. But it seems to be chasing down Max Vienne with the number 25 as we're halfway in qualifier number 1. It's a huge lead out front for Foley. Foley's got the 34 leading by half the backstretch. Todd Stone not really having to push things too much. Foley has 1 win this year under his belt with that number 34 car. Todd Stone, defending track champion and 2-time winner, running in the 2nd spot. Nobody really pushing things, no need to, I would say, in this first qualifier. With Bertillon running in 3rd, 4th is Max Vienne, and closing in on Vienne is the 4 of Leon Gagne. Brian Trim in the 28 rounds out the field, running in the 6th position. Dan Brown has taken the 327 back to the garage. Foley with a comfortable lead out front, well on his way to victory. Has backed off a little bit, it seems now, with 2 laps to go for the 34. Todd Stone in the 1X still in that 2nd spot. He's got a big margin over the 1 of Bertillon. Sitting in 4th, it is the 25 of Vienne. Leon Gagne has been pretty consistently running about 3 car lengths off the back of the 25 and doesn't seem to be making a whole lot of progress on it with a white flag out. 1 lap to go for George Foley, smooth through 2. Work a higher line down the backstretch and then dive down to the inside in 3 and 4. That car will push back up towards the top of the wall off 4, and here he comes to the checkered flag. An easy win for Foley. 2nd will go to Todd Stone. Finishing in 3rd, it will be the 1 of Bertillon. Finishing 4th will be Max Vienne in the 25. 5th will be Leon Gagne in the 4. 6th, Andy Haywood. Top 4 qualify for handicap. 6 cars running in qualifier number 2. Slow pace at a turn number 4. Now the Lebreches get on it, and here they come down the front stretch. Green flag. Roger from the outside, taking the lead in turn number 1. Roger Lebreche on the number 100. Down the backstretch, pulling away from Mike Lebreche with a 99. Going with him on the outside is Andy Lindemann with the number 3. Lindemann going to the 2nd spot around the 99 of Michael Lebreche, and he'll follow Roger down to 1. Now diving down to the inside for the lead, it's Andy Lindemann in the 3. Roger Lebreche on the top, Andy Lindemann down on the inside. Lindemann's going to take the lead away, and he'll have point. Roger Lebreche runs in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Mike Lebreche. Wheel to wheel for the 4th spot. Craig Riel, the CO2, and Andy Haywood in the 80. Off of turn number 2, down the backstretch, Andy Lindemann leading by 3 car lengths. And it's Roger Lebreche in the 100 working at 3rd. Craig Riel looking underneath the 80 of Andy Haywood. Backed out of it in turn number 3. Haywood's got the 4th spot. Now it's Andy Haywood looking down to the inside in 1 and 2 is Mike Lebreche in the 99 working a middle towards top of turn 2. And Andy Haywood cannot quite get underneath him to make a pass. Now he will in turn number 3. Here comes Andy Haywood through on the inside. He'll grab the 3rd spot. Craig Riel trying to hustle that spot and perhaps follow up with the same move. Top 4 pickup handicap. Right now, Craig Riel on the outside looking in. He's got to work underneath the 99 of Mike Lebreche to get to that top 4 position. Out front, it's Andy Lindemann, leading by 7 car lengths. 2nd is Roger Lebreche in the 100. Running in the 3rd spot, it is the number 80 for Andy Haywood. Michael Lebreche runs in 4th. Craig Riel trying to get that spot away from him. He's 5th. And 6th is Chris Kaye in the number 18. Chris had one of his best runs of the season last Saturday night in one of the 25-lap feature events. Kaye finished in the 2nd spot, and in this qualifier, he is mired back in the 6th position. Andy Lindemann all day out front. He's got an 8 car length advantage now over Roger Lebreche. Then running in 3rd, it is Andy Haywood in the number 80. Haywood in the 3rd spot. The battle for 4th is a good one. Craig Riel trying to get underneath Mike Lebreche for that 4th position. They're wheel to wheel down the front stretch. It looked like Mike Lebreche was still holding on to 4th by inches. Craig Riel underneath, almost touching, is over in turn number 2, and now Craig Riel will take that 4th spot away. He takes the Verizon Wireless CO2 to 4th. Mike Lebreche punches him in the back. Now trying to come back after him, perhaps down the front stretch. Inside 2 laps remaining now for Andy Lindemann on board the 3. Roger Lebreche and Lindemann running in 2nd, and Andy Haywood is right on the back bumper. Chris Kaye looking to make a move on the 99 at the back of the pack. 1 lap to go for Andy Lindemann. Lindemann has the Dawson's body shop, number 3 out front. Andy Haywood tried to get underneath Roger Lebreche in the 100. Almost made contact and really had to get heavy onto the binders to avoid it. Checkered flag is out this time. The winner, it's Andy Lindemann out of Poston Kill, New York. 2nd will go to Roger Lebreche. 3rd goes to Andy Haywood. 4th goes to Craig Riel. 5th goes to Jesse Mueller. And in the final row, on board the 97, that is the MCOR Services Tritech Weller's Auto Parts 97, Kingsbury, New York, Chris Vernal. Shotgun on the field for the Labatt Blue Light number 24. That's the pistol, Patrick Dupree. out of Saranac Lake. 6 cars running in qualifier number 3. Here comes Mueller in the 19, trying to thread the needle. Now it's a 97 down to the inside as they work 3, almost 4 wide. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Mueller working the rim on the top of the 19. Drive. Oh, they touched. Wells almost skipped the wheel. That right rear tire on the Wells 76 making contact with the 19 of Mueller. Left front is flat on the Mueller car. He goes off the top of turn number 2. The left front tire is down on the Mueller 19, and he will take it back to the pits. Mueller will be coming from deep in the field come feature time. Out front, it's Mike Riel in the 02. The 97 of Chris Vernold working in the second spot. Vernold started this qualifier 5th, so he's made pretty good work early on, moving into the second position. Running in 3rd is the pistol Patrick Dupree. Then it is Woodruff in the 55 working in the 4th spot. The leader is Mike Riel, but he's got the 97 right on the back bumper, and he's got his hands full trying to hang on to the lead. Patrick Dupree is also closing in. So you've got the 97, the 24, all in the mix, not just for the second spot, but perhaps eyeing a move that they could make to try to grab the lead away from Mike Riel on board the Plattsburgh Raiders 02. Here comes the M-Core Services 97 of Vernal looking high. Not there. Now diving down to the inside as they'll slingshot down the backstretch to 3 and 4. On the inside line, it's Chris Vernal. Vernal coming through along the front stretch. He's your new race leader. Mike Riel back to the second spot as we're halfway in qualifier number 3. Here is Dupree in the 24. He is looking underneath the 02 now, off the second turn, down the backstretch, wheel to wheel to the third turn. It is the 24 of Dupree taking the second spot away as Mike Riel now drop kick back to the third spot. Out front it is Chris Vernal. He's in cruise control. He's got an 8-car length advantage over the 24 of Dupree. Riel running in 3rd. 4th is Mike Wells in the 76. That's the 55 for Matt Woodruff. He is a good 15 car lengths off the back of the 76 of Mike Wells. Lap 7 goes up on the board for Chris Vernold. Patrick Dupree in that second spot in the 24. Best race on the track now for 3rd. Mike Riel in the 02 running in the 3rd spot. Running in the 4th position is the 76 of Mike Wells. Again, the top 4 pickup handicap. So there really is no reason for Wells to push the issue with inside 2 laps remaining now in this 3rd qualifier. 97 with a half backstretch lead over Patrick Dupree. Dupree picked up his first victory of the year last Saturday in one of the 2 feature events for the Mod Squad. The 97 of Vernold, remember in the offseason, purchased that number 97 car. It was Pat McGrail's number 10 last year. If you were a regular at Airborne, you know how fast McGrail was with that car. Only a matter of time before this 97 pulls into victory lane at the end of the night. He's going to win this qualifier. Second will go to Pat Dupree in the 24. 3rd to the 02 of Mike Riel. 4th to Mike Wells. And finishing in 5th, it is Matty. So qualifier tonight. That is Ryan Booten in the number 28. And outside in car number 11, it is Lance Raptoy. That's the field ready to run. Qualifier number 1 for the Renegades. Green flag. Field races off into turns 1 and 2. They are side by side. Tyler Terry from the top of the front row is going to take the lead away from Josh Leclerc. Don Franklin's going to go with him. That outside line coming to life as they work down the backstretch. It is the 44 leading. The 69 of Franklin trying to grab the second spot on the outside. He's got it. 3rd is Josh Leclerc in the number 77. There were 9 cars scheduled to take the green flag in this first qualifier, only 6 coming out for the green flag. Among the cars that scratch, the 70 of Jason McClatchy not answering the call, the H2O of Rob Gordon not able to race, as well as the 07 of Jim Barno. Barno was here for practice, but he did not come out for the previous feature event either. We saw the problems for Rob Gordon's H2O, and Gordon, of course, is one of the top runners in this division. And he had problems with the H2O well drilling car. 3 of them then scratching in this first qualifier, as there are 9 cars in qualifier numbers scheduled to take the green flag, and 9 cars in qualifier number 2 that were scheduled to take the green flag as well. So just 6 cars running in this first qualifier. Top 5 will pick up handicap going forward to the feature event. And the leader out front is still Tyler Terry with the number 44. Don Franklin at car number 69, running about a car length and a half off of his back bumper. And 4 car lengths back to Lance Raptoy in the number 11. Mark Caron has the number 5 car running at 4. Josh Leclerc is going back to the garage area with the 7. As the 28 won earlier tonight already, Ryan Booten is running in the 5th spot. Well, top 5 cars pick up handicap. There's 5 cars still on the racetrack. The good news for these drivers is they'll be starting in the top 10 based on their handicap in the feature event. Tyler Terry in the 44, Don Franklin in the 69, Lance Raptoy in car number 11, and it's Mark Caron in the 5 car, and the 28 for Ryan Booten. Those cars remaining on the racetrack with 2 laps to go. Two laps remaining for Tyler Terry. Donnie Franklin in the 69, still about a car length and a half off the back of the 44. Lance Raptoy still sitting in that 3rd spot. Side-by-side racing for the 4th position as Ryan Booten is able to move underneath the 5 of Mark Karen for the 4th position. Karen now back to 5th. White flag is out. 1 lap remains for Tyler Terry. He started this one on the outside of the front row, took the lead in turns 1 and 2 of the opening lap of the qualifier, and he is going to lead every single lap. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. He'll come down the front stretch. Checkered flag is going to be out, and it's going to be a win for Tyler Terry. Donnie Franklin is 2nd. 3rd goes to Lance Raptoy. 4th goes to the 28 of Ryan Booten. And 5th, it will be car number 5, Abel Forts with a 44 end. And there he is at the back of the pack. Car number 2. Junk sure is beautiful. That's Middleman on board the Deuce. Green flag is out for the 2nd qualifier as they work side by side through much of the field off of the 2nd turn. Richie Turner on the outside, bottled a little bit. He's stacked up between the 22, behind rather, the 22 and the 13. Out front, leading lap number 1, it's going to be the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux. Bordeaux shows the way. The 357 of Curtis Seymour runs in the 2nd spot. Joe Warren's 13, Rob Favreau 22, side by side right in front of the fastest guy in the division in the last few weeks. That's Richie Turner to 17. He is in the 5th spot, top 5 pickup handicap. Trying to make a move is John Booten down on the inside with the number 23. He's got Josh Terry at car number 43 at his door. And right now it's the 13 down on the inside. John Booten, the 23, following him around the racetrack. Richie Turner trying to follow Rob Favreau in the 22. That outside line working for Favreau as he goes to 3rd. And Richie Turner wants to follow him to the 4th spot. The 43 of Josh Terry in the Brookfield excavation car. He has picked the outside line. And he's going to follow the 17 as he thinks that might be the quicker way around. Anytime you follow Richie Turner, it probably is the quicker way around, but one thing is guaranteed, you're going to finish behind him because he's been running so fast in this division. The leader is the 08 of Andrew Bordeaux. Bordeaux gets the halfway sign from Chief Starter Butch Henry. Running in the 2nd spot is the 357 of Seymour. Rob Favreau 3rd in the 22. He moved down to the inside line. Oh, hang on, Joe Warren. Joe Warren working the steering wheel, sawing it off in the 13, hanging on to his race car as he is back in the 6th position. Rob Favreau runs in 3rd, and looking down to the inside of Favreau is the 17 of Turner. On the outside is the 43 of Josh Terry. Terry's going to follow him around the track. Favreau working that higher line. Oh, Joe Warren trailing smoke. He is headed back to the garage area. It's been that type of season for Joe as well. We talked about Lonnie Rivers and the Sportsman Modifieds with no luck. The Renegade version of Lonnie Rivers is Joe Warren. He's had no luck. Out front, Andrew Bordeaux. The 357 of Kurt Seymour is still 2nd. 3rd is that 17 of Richie Turner. He's able to take that spot away from the 22 of Rob Favreau. Josh Terry at car number 43 in a qualified spot, running in the 5th spot. And right now, just outside the top 5, he'd have to start deeper in the field in the features, is the number 23 of John Booten. So the white flag is on the field. Andrew Bordeaux, barring a disaster, is going to win this 2nd qualifier. He takes the orange 08 through turn number 4. He'll come down the front stretch. There's the checkered flag. Andrew Bordeaux is going to win it. Battle on for 2nd, though. Down the line, it's going to be Richie Turner. Curtis Seymour's 3rd.
Here's the pizza wagon and the 76 of Barcombe have elected to go to the tail end of the field. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag is out. From the top of the racetrack, Kane Favreau sticks the nose out in front. Foley can't hang with him down on the inside. And they are racing 3 wide right now for the 4th spot. The 41 of LaFountain on the top, Signs in the middle, Clark down on the very bottom. And it looks like Clark's going to come out with the 4th spot down on the inside. Kane Favreau's the leader out front. Tyson Drown runs 2nd. Look out, sideways is Signs. He gets another slam from the 77, who finally finishes him off in turn number 2. But the 3 ended up running into the 45 of Laporte, who is now trailing smoke in turn number 3. 77 is off the pace. They're going to get the black flag up, or potentially for the 45B. Well, he's got problems with the right rear. There's no way he can continue with that car. Josh Laporte is going to take the 45B back to the garage area as the right rear was bent after contact with a 3 of signs. The 77 got into signs. The 77 also goes back hit side. Halfway for Kane Favreau in the 20K. We got a great race going on through turns 3 and 4 between Barcombe and the 76 and the Pizza Wagon, the 24 car. Hopefully they won't play any factor in the outcome. Back out front, the 6 of Tyson Drowns trying to chase down the 20K of Kane Favreau. Meanwhile, on the back bumper of Tyson Drown in the 6, that's the 14 of Rob Clark. Dennis Barcombe takes his 76 back to the garage area. He's had enough. Here comes Clark, this time down to the inside of Tyson Drown. Drown on the top, Clark down on the bottom. Drown drives it deep into turn number 3, but gets on the binders, and Clark is able to come through down on the inside. Can Drown fight back on the top? No, he can't. 2 laps to go for the 20K of Kane Favreau. I believe that was supposed to be a white flag. 2 to go was shown for Kane Favreau. Here they come for the final time off turns 3 and 4. It is going to be the checkered flag this time. We just forgot to wave the white. Here comes Kane Favreau. He wins. Second's going to go to Rob Clark. Third, Tyson Drown. Fourth, Tim LaFountain. Fifth, Robert Foley. And sixth is going to go to Rob Sines. Robert Foley 4 rows back. It's the 16. That's Dale O'Neill. Only driver in the division with 2 wins. Outside the 54 is Jason Chris. Final car in the field, the 02 is Eric Riel. Here they come. Down the front stretch. Green. Flag is out. 3 wide towards the back. Eric Riel forcing 3 wide early. Look out. They're sideways. Let's see. Nice save by Collins in the 22 as they boxed it up towards the front of the pack. And that just kind of bottlenecked behind the number 49 car. And a heck of a save by the 22 of Collins. Chad Collins in the 22 is able to find a way by down on the bottom of the racetrack. Meanwhile, out front, the leader is Johnny Bradley in that number 69 car. We saw Bradley get tagged last week over in turn number 1. He got hooked up with his teammate, the 22 of Chad Collins, coming off the 4th turn, and then eventually got free from him, got loose, and then got slammed down on the bottom of turn number 1. He's back with the 69 car, although there's some cosmetic damage on that car on the left side. Here comes young Amber Turner in the 86. Peek down to the inside for the lead. She'll back out of it, now pushes up the racetrack a little bit as they get into turn number 4. Halfway so far in qualifier number 2. Here comes Jason Chris in that number 54. Says, I want in on it. Jason Chris in the Bud Light Platinum 54. Goes right down to the bottom of the 86 of Turner. Is by her and now has his eyes set on the 69 of Bradley. This time off of turn number 4, looks slow, has no problem. New leader, the 54, Jason Chris. That pass right there, game, set, match. Jason Chris in the 54 worked his way to the front, and he is smooth sailing down the back stretch into turn number 3. Amber Turner's not going away, though. She's right on the back bumper of John Bradley. She throws it to the top of the racetrack, although pushes off the 4th turn. White flag out, 1 to go for Jason Chris. Jason Chris in that number 54 car. He is the points leader in this division with 1 win on the season. He has a 10-point lead right now. There's problems for Pete Blaney, both 22s off of turn number 2. Here is the winner. Jason Chris wins it. 2nd's going to go to Amber Turner. 3rd, Dale O'Neill. 4th, Johnny Bradley. 5th, Eric Riel. 6th is going to go to Josh Lavarnway. 7th is going to go to the 22 of Chad Collins. 8th, the 49 of Jay LaGrave. All 4 cars on the field. The 14, John Mike Brissett. R7, Lonnie Rivers. 38 is Keith Balke tonight, and 98 is Rico Hernandez. Here they come. Green. Flag is out. They race into turn number 1, and they box it up behind the 35 of Brian McGinley. Look at the move by the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. He dives down to the inside in front of Jake Branham, avoids that slower car, the 35 on the top. What a move to the 3 spot for the 20 of LaFountain. Out front, it's Eric Sales. He was strong in his qualifier. Let's see if he can be strong throughout the feature tonight. Remington runs 2nd, not for long. Here comes the 20 of LaFountain down to the inside. He goes by down on the inside, but Remington fights back on the top of the racetrack. Turns 1 and 2. The 20 finally clears that number 54 car. He is in the 2nd spot. Look out, Mike Finney off the top of turn number 2. Keeps it going, though, although he has to regain or rejoin the field, rather, about 2/3 deep. That'll cost Finney any chance of winning this race. Out front, still Eric Sales. He's being run down rather quickly, though, by the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. LaFountain, and that number 20 car was pretty strong in his qualifier as well. Both these guys had a good car in the qualifier. LaFountain dirt tracking that number 20 car, using up quite a bit of the right rear. Off the pace is the 38 of Keith Pelkey. He's likely just taking that car back and collecting 20 points for the evening. Of course, remember, Pelkey was involved in a mishap last week. It's likely that Pelkey's car just is not ready for this week, so he came out to spin a couple of laps and take the 20 points for this evening's race card. A bid for the lead this time off the third turn. They race now off the fourth turn, and any chance of that bid was negated as the 47 shut the door off of turn number 4, this time off of turn number 2. Good run for Jamie LaFountain in that number 20 car. Looks down to the inside, sees the 47, and dispatches the 47 as new leader this time around is Jamie LaFountain in the number 20 car. LaFountain wanted to go early, just 7 laps in. He worked his way around the Sales 47. He is the leader and setting the pace out in front. Racing right now for about the 7th position between the 91 of Rick Donor and the 29 of Nick Haywood. Donor was bad off of turn number 4 and allowed Nick Haywood to go through without a problem. That's the 8th position, excuse me. Now Mike Finney trying to work his way back from the back of the pack after that mishap off the top of turn number 2. Finney now down to the inside of Donor in that number 91, looking to bring Lonnie Rivers through with the R7 as well. Rivers' car looks much better than it did in the qualifier. He went off the qualifier with that left front missing. Left front on it now, although that R7 car is still not where it needs to be. Bad loose is that R7 for Lonnie Rivers. Rivers down to the inside of Rick Donor, who is also fighting an ill-handling race car. They race side by side now into turn number 3. Meanwhile, battle for second heats up as the 54 of Remington is now on the back bumper of the 47 of Sales. Sales holding him off, but a bad corner that time to the 54 of Remington as his car was sideways. Backing off is the 24 of Susie. He thought about throwing the car up to the top of the racetrack, but he thought better of that as the 54 washed up the track a little bit in turn number 3. Out front, it's still LaFountain, perhaps taking it easy now, as he really hasn't gained any kind of distance on the 47 of Sales. About 3-4 car lengths out in front of Eric Sales. So perhaps just playing it cool at the halfway point now is the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Still running second is the number 47 of Eric Sales. Sales with arguably the best run of the season so far in that second spot. Look out, Susie just dumped the 54 and we have a yellow flag.
If he wants to try to move to the top of the racetrack, try to get around Sales on the restart.
Slow pace by LaFountain in the 20. Now he gets on, and that's a pretty good restart for LaFountain. Green, flag is out. Well, Travis is going to go right to the top of the racetrack right away. Where that number 33 car tries to make it stick. He does in that number 33. Put Travis Bruno on the board in the second position, as he now is going to try and run down the 20 of Jamie LaFountain. Haywood in the 29 down to the inside of the Jake Branham number 1. They race side by side off the second turn. Branham bobbles through his Haywood down on the bottom. Mike Finney tagging right along on the back bumper.
Well, they touched.
Problems in turn number 4 once again.
The 1 in the 69 skipped the wheel.
Yep, that's right. Finney got up into the 1 of Jake Branham. And we are going to have
third seat, but he's also being pursued by a bunch of top runners in the division. This should be fun. Here they come down with 14 complete.
I like the chances of Travis Bruno in this one. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green, flag is out. On the restart. Bad this time off of turn number 2 for the number 20. This allows the 33 of Bruno to nearly pull down to the inside in turn number 3. Door is shut though by the number 20 car, as it seems like that 20 car has developed a push through the corner. This time in the second turn, it looks like it's pushing again, although it's enough to hold off the 33 of Travis Bruno. Right now, Nick Haywood in that number 29. That car has just magically come to life as he's trailing the back bumper of that number 33 of Travis Bruno. Bruno looked down to the inside that time. That move didn't stick. He washed up the racetrack just a bit. That cost him 3 or 4 car lengths to the leader, the 20 of LaFountain.
I don't think the car Jamie LaFountain needs to worry about is Travis Bruno. I think it's a 29 to Nick Haywood. Haywood has to get around the 33 first.
At this point, I agree.
Oh, no, look at this.
Bad corner this time for LaFountain. I told you, that car has a bad push. It was pretty evident. And now the 20's trying to hold off the 29. Travis Bruno takes the lead down on the inside.
Oh, that looked way too easy. Something must have happened to the 20. As you mentioned, there he is at 2 again.
Awful.
Plowing up the racetrack.
Turn 2 flew for the number 20 car. Although he's not shooting off the top of turn number 2, he's just has symptoms of turn 2 flu. Off of turn number 4, Nick Haywood's able to get by the 20 of LaFountain. LaFountain better try that race car up on the top of the racetrack. This time through turns 1 and 2 a little bit better, but that car's got to be up on the top of the racetrack because the very bottom definitely isn't working out for that Marsha Holmes number 20. Smooth sailing out front right now. 5 to go for the 33 of Travis Bruno. Bruno with 1 win on the season so far, looking to pick up win number 2. Nick Haywood's trying to run him down. I don't know if this is going to be enough time. Hey, look at who's come to life. Lonnie Rivers in the R7, pulling in the 3rd down on the inside. Problems in turn number 2 for Jake Branham. Branham has spun it down to the inside of turn number 2. Everybody gets on the binders. This is going to be interesting.
Fountain looking for his first victory this year. Lonnie Rivers charging to the front. 5-lap dash for the win. Here they come into turn number 4.
All right, here they come. 5 more laps to go and the green flag is out. Pretty good restart for the 33 of Bruno. Next, Lonnie Rivers by the 20 of Branham. Or LaFountain, excuse me. LaFountain and that number 20 tries to hold on the top. No can do. Lonnie Rivers comes through for the 3rd spot. Back out front, it is still Travis Bruno. Bruno with a pretty good run that time off of turn number 2. The 29 not so bad either. Haywood tries to run him down in turns 3 and 4. Haywood pretty smooth right there in turn number 3. Pushes up a little bit in 4, and it's still Travis Bruno holding him off by about 3 or 4 car lengths. Off the 2nd turn, Travis Bruno again. Car seems pretty good. He is out in front of that number 29 of Haywood. Lonnie Rivers trying to run down the 29. 2 laps to go for the 33 of Travis Bruno. Majority of the side-by-side racing is taking place for positions 4 through maybe anywhere near the top 10. Well, he's pulling away now. White flag is out for the 33 of Travis Bruno. Certainly perhaps holding off some of the good stuff that he had these later stages of the race, as here he comes now for the final time through corners 3 and 4. The winner, Travis Bruno. 2nd's going to be Nick Haywood. 3rd is going to be Lonnie Rivers. 4th is going to go to Eric Lossier. Rick Donor rounds out the top 5 in the Englefield Ford number 91. Looks like little Joe Daniels parked that number 46 car in the wall along the front stretch.
You said Rick Donor. So the top 3 pull into victory lane. Travis Bruno is flying around with his victory lap. You better hurry up and get down there, youngster. Nick Haywood finishes in the 2nd spot with a 29. Bruno was able to pull away those final 3 laps. And finishing in 3rd, Lonnie Rivers. Lonnie running much stronger with the Maple Graham Farm number R7. Travis Bruno returning to victory lane, the checkered flag. Win number 2 of 2013 for the Morrisonville driver. Travis also picked up the win in week number 2 back on May the 11th, 2nd week of the season. Defending track champion and 2-time winner Nick Haywood finishes 2nd. Travis Bruno getting out of his car. Everybody give him a nice round of applause. Travis Bruno gets the win for the 2nd time this year on board the Michigan's Plus number 33. And Robbie is down trackside. He will get a word with our race winner, Travis Bruno.
All right, thank you very much. Just waiting for Travis to get the helmet off and his racing harness. Also a nice job for Lonnie Rivers and Nick Haywood tonight, finishing 2nd and 3rd. Still trying to get his helmet off is Travis, very excited about his second win of the season. Travis, the car was certainly very dominating at the end. At one point there, it seemed like you didn't have enough to get around Jamie LaFountain. Come over just a little bit more. And in the end, car was great. You were able to get around LaFountain. It seemed like LaFountain developed a bit of a push over there in turn number 2, but you were able to sneak by down on the inside.
Yeah, I'd say LaFountain's usually really good. They picked up a bad push tonight off the corner, and I just was patient to get underneath him. I knew the 29 was coming, and he's always good. Doesn't matter where he starts.
Talk about that in the later stages of the race. You knew the 29 was right there. And off the restart, talk about your strategy. It seemed as though you played a little bit of brake check with him over there in turn number 3, and then you tried to snooker him on the restart.
No, I never touched the brakes. I just rolled in easy. They said we don't go to the cone, and I went way before the cone. So he was just touching me. He wasn't pounding on me, and I knew he was right there, and I let him hit me and flat-footed it.
All right, well, congratulations on second win of 2013.
Thank you very much.
All right, Travis Bruno with win number 2 of 2013. We'll talk to Nick Haywood.
Field, Jesse Mueller in the 19. That's the field. 19 cars take the green flag. 30 laps the distance, and we're racing. The field runs off into turns 1 and 2. Max Vienne from the top of the racetrack bobbles in 2. Mike Riel will have the lead down the backstretch. Here comes Bertillon. Pierre Bertillon making a move underneath. Keep an eye on Foley. Foley starting on the outside of the second row, I think, is the car to beat tonight in that number 34. Bertillon dives down to the inside going to turn number 1. Here comes Foley for the lead now on the outside. George Foley in car 34 goes around the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Former track champion George Foley is the leader. They work off of turn number 4 coming down the front stretch. Riel trying to come back after him. No sir, says Foley. He's got the lead. George Foley shows the way. Mike Riel works in second. Battle for third. 2 Quebecois there. It is Max Vienne in the 25. And the number 100, that is Roger Labreche. Then right behind them, the Mike Wells 76. Pierre Bertillon in the number 1, running in the 6th spot. 7th right now, Andy Haywood. 8th is Todd Stone. Here comes Stone, peeking to the outside of Haywood in turn number 2. Haywood will hold onto the spot for now as Stone looks down to the inside. Look at Dupree go. Dupree threads the needle down a backstretch, made a 3-wide move underneath the CO2 of Craig Riel, and Vernald's in trouble. The M4 service is 97 off the pace. He's almost coming to a halt now along the front stretch. Yellow flag is out. Chris Vernal into the front. He is 9th on this restart in the Labatt Blue Light number 24. Keep an eye on him, and of course Todd Stone. You never want to take an eye off the G-Stone Motors machine. Green flag. George Foley inside and rolling out front. He's got a 3-car length advantage already. Here comes Max Vienne after second. Max Vienne making a bid for that second spot. Oh, they stack it up in turn 3. Little bumper car going on. Look out, it's a mishap in turn 4 as they're 3 wide off the 4th turn. Roger Labreche trying to hang on for dear life. He is off the pace. Mueller is trying to move out of the back of the pack. Labreche, he's headed back to the garage area with a little bit of salt. As the field works down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Foley building the lead. Yellow flag is out. Labreche did not take the right-hand turn. Labreche stayed out on the racetrack. For the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modifieds. Foley and Max Vienne, a new dancing partner for Foley on the front row. Here they come off of turn number 4 along the front stretch. Green flag is out. Max Vienne trying to hang with him on the outside, but Foley starts to blow him away down a backstretch. Foley will lead by 2-car lengths off of 2. Vienne running in the 2nd spot. Keep an eye on Stone. Bertillon's in trouble. Bertillon on the top of turn number 3, crawling along with the Quebec 1. As he is limping off the 4th turn. Todd Stone with an excellent restart. He's gone around a couple of cars, now 3 wide off 2. Little contact between Max Vienne and Mike Wells, and it's Todd Stone and the G-Stone Motors 1X going to second on the outside. Bertillon is back up to speed in the JM Racing 1. The leader is Foley out front. Todd Stone has gone to second. Max Vienne runs 3rd. Running in 4th is the 76 of Mike Wells. Well, if you thought it was going to be a walk in the park for George Foley, au contraire, mon frère. As now it is the 1X of Todd Stone that's the new player. Yellow flag is out. Problems over in turns 1 and 2. Roger Labreche in the Overlay Vehicle Graphics 100. He makes right now because he's got to get around that second row, and he may take a real risky 3-wide move on this restart. Keep an eye on the outside of row 3 if Dupree wants to go. Here they come. Green flag is out. Pat really has no place to go with that number 24. He's got Mike Wells right in front of him. There goes Stone for the lead. Todd Stone takes the lead away from George Foley. Defending track champion, 2-time race winner, looking to make it a 3-peat tonight. Todd Stone is pulling away already from George Foley. Patrick Dupree in the 24 has moved into the 5th spot. Stone in the 1X, Foley in the 34. Vienne in the 25. Mike Wells in the 76. They're fighting for position. That's the show spot that they're after on the racetrack. Both running for third. Right now, it is Vienne holding on to that third spot. Mike Wells in fourth. Running in the fifth position is Patrick Dupree in the number 24. And Todd Stone is just checking out on George Foley. Todd Stone is building up a sizable advantage along the front stretch. Meanwhile, there's wheel-to-wheel racing in the middle of the field as Leon Gagno is trying to gain spots. Andy Haywood is trying to get around the 0-2 of Mike Riel. Those cars are racing for the 7th position. Riel in the 0-2, Andy Haywood in the 80. Haywood on the outside will have 7th. Andy Haywood goes to 7th, Mike Riel back to 8th. Leon Gagno is running in the 9th spot. That's the best battle on the Speedway. Behind him, Chris Kaye rounds out the top 10. Mueller is on the move. Mueller in the 19 started dead last. He was up to 11th. Remember, Mueller had trouble in the qualifier, and now he's going after Chris Kaye, trying to get into the top 10. Jesse Mueller from Olmstedville, New York, senior at North Warren High School. Oh, we got trouble on the front stretch. There goes Chris Kaye in the 18, power sliding through the infield, and running in 8th. Leon Gagno is 9th in the 4, and rounding out the top 10 just outside Gagno's 4 is the 76 of Mike Wells. No, scratch that. It's a 28 of Bryant Trim, who's 10th on the outside. Green flag is out. A jumbled start, particularly towards the back of the pack, as there appeared to be a little bumper tag going on towards the back. Here comes Leon Gagno for a spot. Jesse Mueller's going with him. Mueller trying to follow Leon Gagno through towards the front. They'll be able to gain a couple of positions as they move into the top 10, closer towards the top. Todd Stone in the 1, showing the way. George Foley running in 2nd. Contact in 2 between a couple of Andys, Haywood and Lindemann getting together. That allows Mueller to blow past on the outside line. Here comes Jesse Mueller after the 3 of Andy Lindemann, not quite to his door. Not quite getting to the outside. Off of turn number 2, 3 wide towards the back of the pack. Chris Kaye trying to get underneath the 55 of Matt Woodruff. Wheel to wheel in front of them between Mike Riel and Bryant Trim. Approaching the halfway point next time by. Let's set the field. Todd Stone is the leader. George Foley runs in 2nd. 3rd is Max Vienne. 4th is Patrick Dupree. Running in 5th is Andy Haywood. 6th is Andy Lindemann down on the inside. Running in 7th is Mike Wells. 8th is Jesse Mueller. 9th is Leon Gagno. 10th is Bryant Trim. Running in 11th it is Mike Riel in the 0-2. 12th is Chris Kaye. 13th is Matt Woodruff. 14th is Mike Labreche. 15th and off the pace is Craig Riel with the Verizon Wireless CO2. He's just about coming to a halt in turn number 1 as the field is racing towards him. Here come the leaders around Craig Riel, who takes the Verizon Wireless CO2 into the infield. Almost looked like a pickup issue for the CO2, whether there was any fuel going to the power plant, the way he was jostling that car back and forth, and then eventually just taking it into the infield. Todd Stone with a 15 car length advantage over George Foley. 3rd, it is still Max Vienne. He is feeling the heat note from Patrick Dupree. Dupree going around the outside of Vienne in turn number 3 for that 3rd spot. Here comes the pistol, taking it up to the wall down the front stretch, and Patrick Dupree will not yet quite have the 3rd spot. By the end of this next lap, probably likely that he will have that 3rd position. The 24 and the 25, wheel-to-wheel racing around the Big A for the 3rd spot. Here comes Dupree again, right up towards the wall. Max Vienne trying to hold him off, and he still is. Good racing for the 3rd position. Max Vienne working the inside. Patrick Dupree is on the top of the racetrack. Vienne's been able to hold him off, but now Dupree has the wheels out in front going to turn number 3. Again, he'll cook that right rear tire up towards the wall. The drag race down to the line. This time it is Dupree's. Dupree has the 3rd spot in the Labatt Blue Light 24. The 25 of Vienne is now running 4th. Andy Haywood is 5th. Andy Lindemann is 6th. Jesse Mueller from dead last actually started 18th on the grid. He is now running in the 7th spot. 8th is Mike Wells. 9th is Leon Gagno. And Bryant Trim rounds out the top 10. 21 laps complete. Todd Stone, the G-Stone Motors 1X off of turn number 4. And I think he's just in cruise control. Keeping the car down on the inside, not really having to push the race car. George Foley in the 34 running in the 2nd spot. Patrick Dupree in the 24 sitting in 3rd. But Foley is starting to close in a little bit on Stone in turns 3 and 4. But we'll see how much time, and we'll try to get a check of the lap speeds this next time by, whether Stone is backing off a little bit or if indeed Foley is starting to make gains on him.
Along the front stretch, Todd Stone is letting off right at the start-finish line and coasting through the corners, certainly playing possum with George Foley.
Now, the lap time is still quicker. Even if he's playing possum, he's turning a 16.3, and Foley is a 16.4. So even if he is letting off very early, he still is maintaining a faster lap time than Foley. That time 16.34 for Todd Stone and a 16.41 for George Foley. Inside 5 laps remaining now, 4 laps to go, this time by for race leader Todd Stone. The laps winding down, Stone is about to go for his 3rd victory of the season. That would be a 3-4-6, he'd be batting 500 on the year. Jesse Mueller at car number 19 trying to get into the top 5. He's moved around Andy Lindemann and now is trying to get around Andy Haywood to get a top 5 finish, which would be pretty impressive after starting way back in the pack. Todd Stone in the 1X coming off at turn number 4. The popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Todd Stone, the G-Stone Motors 1X. George Foley in the 34 still running in that 2nd spot. Stone started this race on the outside of row number 5. Quickly worked his way to the front, and then on a restart, blew the doors off of everybody else. White flag is out for Todd Stone. Stone is on his way to win number 3 in 6 events. George Foley has really nothing that he can do. Stone behind some slower traffic, but he doesn't have to push the issue. He's in cruise control now. Down the front stretch, Todd Stone, win number 3. George Foley will finish in the 2nd spot. Racing home to 3rd is going to be Patrick Dupree in the 24. Finishing in 4th, it is Max Viana in the 25. Andy Haywood hangs on for a 5th place finish. That is Jesse Mueller 6th, Andy Lindemann 7th, Mike Wells 8th, Leon Gagnon 9th, and Brian Trim rounds out the...
Motors number 1X down towards victory lane. He picks up the flag and he takes his victory lap around the Big A. 3rd time this season for Todd Stone. Rob mentioned he got on it early. Started outside the 5th row. Got on it early. And you see what the final product is. Nice job by George Foley tonight. George is out of his race car. Give him a nice round of applause. Modified division. Todd Stone.
All right, Robbie, Todd's about to climb out of his race car, win number 3 for the defending track champion. G-Stone Motors team's been on a roll since week 1. Here he is, everybody give him a round of applause. This is Todd Stone. Todd started on the outside of the 5th row, 10th starting spot. Tell me how you so quickly worked your way to the front of the field in just a matter of about 5 laps.
Well, we had an awesome car tonight. You got to get lucky once in a while, and the car just stuck and went real well. I was real happy with it. The guys did a great job. The crew's really into it. They do a great job, week after week. It's up to those guys to get the car going, and they do a great job with it, so I want to thank them very much.
Thing that's really impressive to me, Todd, 3 wins in 6 starts. But you look at the guys behind you, and there's a lot of wins right behind you here in Victory Lane. On the restart, you were able to pull away from George a couple of times, and certainly this 34 team has their stuff together. So that means you guys really are clicking on all cylinders.
Well, you got to get lucky once in a while, but George has a great car, and so does Patrick, and those guys race clean. They're good racers, and I enjoy racing with them.
Well, congratulations. 3 for 6 on the year. You're hitting 500. That's a pretty good average.
Yeah, but you still got to have lady luck on your side. If you don't have lady luck, you got nothing.
And the other thing, too, and we mention this once in a while, credit to yourself and the team. You've turned every lap here now in a full racing season last year, and this year you haven't missed a lap in a qualifier or a feature event. So persistence, luck, and a good race car goes a long way.
Yeah, but I'd rather be lucky.
Well, Todd Stone with a 3rd victory tonight. Congratulations to Todd. George, those guys. All right, here's the green flag for the limited late models. As look out, trouble on the start. The 07 for Dylan Paye. And it'll bring out a yellow flag. Martin, look, no. It's not that hot. Try again, a restart for the limited late models in their 25-lap feature event. Cody Myers and Nick Lagoy pacing the field. Here they come off of turn number 4 down the line. Green flag is out. Cody Myers in the 75 on the inside. He'll give up the lead to Nick Lagoy from the top of the racetrack. As they race down the backstretch, Myers really on the binders early. They part him left and right. He may have broken in the 75. That car not turning. He is right up towards the top of the racetrack. Maybe a tire down on the 75. Everybody has to tiptoe around. It cost Robin Wood a couple of spots as he got snookered behind him. And the guy who was already moving towards the front is Bucko Branham in car number 20. Branham in the 20, into the 4th spot, looking to get underneath Danny Sullivan in the 3 car already. It is Nick Lagoy in car. Then the 21 of Dave Rapp.
Off any extension on the top. Here comes Robin this time through turns 3 and 4. Up on the top of the racetrack, Robin Wood looks to take away the 4th spot. He does at the line. Out front, Danny Sullivan's pulling away. They're side by side now for the 4th spot. Robin Wood able to pick 2 cars off on the top of the racetrack. Robin Wood shoots the 4th. That car is on the move tonight. Here comes Sean Duquette in the 18 to the inside of the 21 of Dave Raptoy. Bucko Branham now looks to go to work on the 7 New York of Nick Lagoy. Bad push in turn number 2 for Bucko Branham in number 20. Now looking down to the inside, the 61 of Robin Wood. Robin Wood in the 61. Looks Bucko in the eye, goes right by down on the inside. No problem for Robin Wood in the 61. Robin Wood is certainly hooked up tonight, but he's going to need a yellow flag to catch up to Danny Sullivan in the number 3, who is flying out front with that McSweeney's 3 car. Meanwhile, some of the racing mid-pack, the 18 of Sean Duquette, side by side with the 21 of Dave Raptor. Here comes Robin Wood now through to the 2nd spot. Nick Lagoy back to 3rd. We're halfway now for Danny Sullivan. One car that's off the pace tonight. A bad miss for the 19 team of Jamie Bigor. He's off the pace tonight. Good racing mid-pack. The 47 down on the inside is Sylvain Contant, the 73. The ABC roasting car for Larry Underwood and the 07 of Dylan Paye. They all race together down the front stretch. Paye in the 07 on the top of the racetrack. It's Larry Underwood and then 73 on the bottom. Give the spot to Paye on the top as Underwood drifted up the track down from the bottom. Now side by side is the 4 Brandon Atkins and the 21 of Dave Raptoy. Raptoy has been backsliding in that Island Excavation number 21 car. Bucko Branham with a little touch to the back bumper of the Jefford Steel 7. Lagoy with a tap for the back bumper from Bucko Branham. Bucko looking for a way by Lagoy's number 7. Danny Sullivan has put the 56, of Casey St. Clair a lap down, and is now going to put the 69 of Brent Jarvis a lap down as he races to the inside off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. Robin Wood in the 61 is second. Third is still Nick Lagoy in the 7 New York. Fourth right now is the 18 of Sean Duquette, and rounding out the top 5 is Dave Raptoy in the number 21. Bucko Branham in that number 20 car, trying to find a way by down on the inside, but it just won't stick. Romain Contant now looks down to the inside of Larry Underwood. Underwood in the 73 drifts up the track. Battle for third heats up. Bucko Branham in the 20 looks down to the inside of the 7, now gets a shot from the 7 in the back. Branham gets by for the third spot. Not without the 7 giving up a fight though. 7 New York of Nick Lagoy gave a tap to the back bumper. Perhaps didn't like the move that Bucko Branham pulled. But nonetheless, Branham gets around into the third spot. Here comes Sean Duquette trying to find a way back down on the inside. This time around for Danny Sullivan, it'll be lap number 20. It'll be 5 to go for Danny Sullivan this time by. Danny Sullivan in the McSweeney's number 3 has led to be his. He races just 4 more times. Robin Wood in the number 61 perhaps could have something for Danny Sullivan, but he would need a yellow flag to get anywhere near him. As Danny Sullivan is in a completely different area. Cody's got a full front stretch advantage over that 61. Robin Wood had problems early on. Cody Myers, 75, pushed up the racetrack. That slowed Robin Wood. He got drop kicked to about 12th to the 15th position. Look out along the front stretch. 2 cars hard into the wall. The 7 New York of Nick Lagoy and the 07 of Dylan Paye get together. And we are under yellow on lap 22, 3 laps to go.
Robin Wood's got something for him here.
All right, so ready for a restart with 22 laps complete. Point leader and former champ Robin Wood. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. The green flag waves for Danny Sullivan as they work off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Sullivan showing the way. Robin Wood and Bucko Branham duking it out for the second spot. Sullivan in the 3, Wood has second, Bucko Branham running in third with 2 laps to go. Danny Sullivan on the restart was able to run away from Robin Wood, got on the gas quickly, and he left Wood standing at the altar with 23 laps showing complete. Here comes Danny Sullivan into turn number 4. He'll work down the front stretch, the white flag displayed, 1 lap to go for Danny Sullivan. Best race on the racetrack right now is for 4th position. Dave Raptoy in the 21, Sean Duquette in the 18, battling for that 4th spot. Here he comes into turn number 4, final time. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Danny Sullivan in the 3. Second goes to the 61 of Robin Wood. Bucko Branham third in the 20. Fourth was the 18 of Sean Duquette. Fifth was Dave Raptoy in car number 21. Yeah. Robbie is heading down trackside. Well, he will get a word with race winner Danny Sullivan as he brings the Baker Orchards, Joshua Ware, Blacktopping, and McSweeney sponsored number 3 into victory lane.
Our car overheating a little bit, as this number 3 car certainly was very good tonight. Give him a nice round of applause. He's out of the car. Danny Sullivan wins it tonight in the limited late models. Nice job by Bucko and Robin to come home second and third. We'll get Danny over here for a word. Well, Danny, it's certainly been coming to you. The car's been coming around for you. You've been right up there with some of the guys like Bucko and Robin. And tonight, the car was A+ in my opinion from right away. You had a full stretch advantage over Robin Wood. That yellow flag came out. Talk to us about first your car and how you felt it was tonight, and then that yellow flag, what you were thinking in your mind.
Well, the car's been great right from unload today. Practice, everything, heat race, it was phenomenal. I got to thank my crew for that. Once the yellow came out, I was a little nervous. I never stopped spitting water, but I was told if it spits water, don't come in if you're leading, so I wasn't coming in.
Well, that's a pretty good strategy. It leads you to victory tonight. Talk about the strategy on the restart with Robin Wood right next to you on lap number 22.
Well, I've been told a few things that Robin does on the restarts and what to look out for, and I don't know. I just decided to go when I went, and hopefully he wasn't ready, and I don't know if he was or not, but I got a good start, so.
All right, well, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you very much.
That's Danny Sullivan. He wins tonight.
Varno outside Brandon Nolan, the 44N. 2 for Meadowman. And then at the back of the pack, it is car number 70 for Jason McClatchy, and they got the backup H2O all the way to Milton and back to get points for Robert Gordon. The H2O starts at the rear of the field. We're off and racing 25 laps to distance in event number 2, and they're 3 wide racing for the 6th spot. Josh Terra on the inside. The 22 of Rob Favreau, the meat and the sandwich, and on the top of the racetrack is Ryan Booten in car number 28. The leader of lap 1 is going to be Tyler Terry in that number 44. Field works off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Lots of side-by-side racing, almost 3 wide. Mark Caron in the middle of the racetrack. Josh Terry moves underneath in the 43. Ryan Booten trying to get around on the top side in car number 28, and he is able to do so. Tyler Terry shows the way. Andrew Bordeaux runs in second. Don Franklin running in the 3rd position. Tyler Terry's trying to check out for now. 3 wide going to the 3rd turn. Keep an eye on Richie Turner in car number 17. Mark Caron in the 5 on the inside. Turner around the outside, and he is right on the back bumper of Ryan Booten in the 28. Booten works the middle groove through turns 1 and 2. Richie Turner's going to move underneath that car as he tries to get a spot away. Now Booten's going to hold on to the 6th position, and now Turner moving inside trying to grab that spot away from him. It would be for 6th. The leader is Tyler Terry. Andrew Bordeaux running in second. Josh Terry trying to get underneath Don Franklin as they race side by side, door to door in turn number 2. Terry in car number 43 sticks the nose out in front for that 3rd spot. Don Franklin comes back after him on the outside. Right behind them it is Lance Raptoy, who works in 5th. Side by side for 6, give the advantage to the 17 of Richie Turner. That'll put Ryan Booten back in the 7th spot. 8th is Mark Caron. Running in 9th, it is Josh Leclerc in the number 7. Rounding out the top 10 is Rob Favreau with the double loose. Tyler Terry shows the way. Andrew Bordeaux in the 08 is trailing him by some 15 car lengths, but it's Josh Terry trying to nose his way through on the inside. That could set up an all-brother Terry battle at the front. Tyler Terry in the 44, Josh Terry in car number 43 is finally taking the 2nd spot away from Andrew Bordeaux. Don Franklin at car number 69 is looking down to the inside line as well. Cars that are closing in on Franklin include the 11 of Raptoy, the 17 of Turner, and the 28 of Ryan Booten. Tyler Terry setting a fast pace out front. Terry looking for his first victory of the season. His brother Josh is running in the 2nd position. Josh Terry is also looking for his first win of the year. As he is in that 2nd spot, Don Franklin has moved underneath Andrew Bordeaux to grab the 3rd position. And the Bordeaux 08 is now back in 4th. Lance Raptoy runs in the 5th spot. Running in 6th, it is Richie Turner. Ryan Booten 7th. 8th is Mark Caron. There goes Josh Leclerc back to the pits. 9th is Jason McClatchy. Running in 10th is the 22 for Rob Favreau. Robert Gordon with the H2O. Remember, they went all the way to Milton, Vermont to get that car so that he could run his backup here tonight. And Rob has the H2O around the outside of Joe Warren's car number 13. He's just outside the top 10. Out front, still Tyler Terry, and he's not really showing any signs that he might be starting to lose any of that lead. It is still about 15 car lengths over Josh, with Don Franklin comfortable in the 3rd spot. The best racing on the racetrack is for 4th, as we have the 17 of Richie Turner and the 11 of Lance Raptoy battling for the 11th position. The 4th position. Car number 11 is in the battle. Lance Raptoy on the outside has fourth at the line, but Richie Turner trying to take that spot away from him using the inside groove. Back in the sixth spot is Andrew Bordeaux. Seventh is still Ryan Booten. I think he's been there just about from the drop of the green flag. Mark Caron eighth. Side-by-side racing for the ninth position between the 23 of John Booten and the 70 of Jason McClatchy. McClatchy dirt tracking off at turn number 4. That's a good side-by-side battle for position in the top 10. Just inside the top 10. Richie Turner is cleared. Almost cleared. The 11 of Lance Raptoy, who comes back after him on the outside of 3 and 4. Now Turner's got him finished off as we are halfway in this one. Remember, the first feature event for the Renegades that kicked off our racing action tonight went green to checkers. Will race number 2 go green to checkers? 144, sure hopes to do so. That's Tyler Terry going around the 44N of Brandon Nolan. And next up in his line of fire is going to be the 2 of Metal Man. Tyler Terry goes around the Metal Man in the deuce. Josh Terry trying to keep him in sight. He'll pick up cars in the middle of the backstretch and then have to work around Metal Man in turns 3 and 4 around Nolan. Now around Metal Man in the number 2. And out of that exchange, I'm not sure Josh really picked up maybe a couple of car lengths on his older brother. Tyler Terry that last lap with a 20.193. Josh Terry with a 20.258. Well, Tyler Terry turning a faster lap time, just a tick quicker than his younger brother, who was in that second spot. And it looked like that last lap that he might have lost some of the advantage. We'll check the lap time again. And Josh was quicker that lap. Tyler Terry turning a 20.1 and Josh Terry with a 20 flat. The fastest car on the racetrack was Richie Turner, who was under 20 seconds. Turner now has some track to run with. No slower traffic or other traffic that he has to deal with. So he is setting lap times under 20 seconds. So Richie Turner is chasing down the leaders. The question is, does he have enough time to really contend? 17 laps showing complete. Again, that last lap, Tyler Terry was a little bit slower than his brother. Josh Terry is reeling him in, but lap 18 goes up on the board. There's only 7 laps remaining. Will Josh Terry have enough time to chase him down? That lap, the lap times were just about equal between Tyler and Josh, and that's exactly the direction that Tyler wants to see those lap times go in. The fastest car on the racetrack that lap was, Richie Turner. Richie Turner with a 19.9 lap as he is trying to chase down Donnie Franklin so that he can get into the top 3. Tyler Terry in the 44, his advantage is about 8 car lengths over Josh Terry. Last couple of laps, their lap times have been nearly identical, and that's not going to get it done for Josh. 5 laps to go. Josh was about a tenth of a second quicker that lap, and he was able to again cut into the disadvantage. With the laps winding down, Tyler worked down to the inside. Josh is going to follow that inside line. They'll take it right up towards the wall off of turn number 4. Lap 21 goes up on the scoreboard, and again, by a tenth of a second, Josh Terry was faster. A tenth of a second might equal 1 or 2 car lengths. When you're trailing by 7 car lengths and there's 4 laps to go, something else is going to happen in order for the 43 to really get after his brother. That lap time, Josh Terry a sub 20, and Tyler Terry was a 20.1, so almost 0.2 of a second quicker. So the 44 may be going away a little bit. Richie Turner chasing down the 69. There's no question now. The 43 with 2 laps to go is about 4 car lengths off the back bumper. Richie Turner looking to the outside of Donnie Franklin, now down to the inside in turn number 2 as he tries to get in for that 3rd spot. The advantage for Tyler Terry is about 3 car lengths. Here's where Josh is making up some ground off of turn number 4. Josh had a bobble in the 4th turn that time. White flag is out, 1 lap to go for Tyler Terry. Tyler Terry works off of turn number 2. Smooth down the backstretch. The lead is about 5 car lengths. Barring a major catastrophe, he's going to win it. Here comes Tyler Terry through turn number 4 down the front stretch. It's his first win of the year. Tyler Terry takes the checkered flag. Josh Terry 2nd. Donnie Franklin hangs on for 3rd. 4th goes to Richie Turner. 5th to Lance Raptoy. Andrew Bordeaux 6th. 7th goes to Ryan Booten. 8th to John Booten. 9th to Mark Caron. 10th for Robert Gordon. Nice job by Rob Gordon to finish in 10th. 11th goes to Joe Warren. 12th to Jason McClatchy in car number 6.
Well, Tyler Terry's going to light him up here along the front stretch. John Booten right in line of Tyler Terry's celebration. But a nice job tonight by Tyler Terry. Tyler started outside row number 1 and was able to keep his distance between he and his brother. Give his brother a nice round of applause right now. He's out of his car. He finished second tonight. He's going over to congratulate the big daddy, Don Franklin. Donnie Franklin.
All right, thanks, Robbie. Tyler Terry is out of his race car. That's his first win of the year. Nice job by Tyler. Now, you've been trying to find the handle on this car. This is a car that you picked up at the start of the season. And it looks like you found something, although down the stretch. What were you thinking? Were you still comfortable with the car?
Oh, I knew at the end it was starting to go away, and I was not letting him go by me. I'm so sick of hearing him brag. But, yeah, we got it going good. I got to thank, just everybody. Richie Turner, Kurt Seymour, Robbie Favreau. I've had a rough year breaking stuff, and those guys have really stepped up and helped me. It's been awesome.
I was watching the lap times. Josh was maybe a tenth of a second quicker some laps, but then equalized other laps. The key for you, no yellow flags. You built up a huge lead, and that's exactly what you wanted to see, all green flag racing.
I saw him coming. I said, if I got to restart on the bottom, it's all over with. But I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Brookfield Excavation, Smithfield Discount Liquor and Wine, everybody that's helped us. It's been awesome.
Bragging rights for Big Brother.
Well, for this weekend.
All right. Nice job, Tyler Terry. He gets the victory. Josh, Big Brother's... Big
39 tonight is Jay LaGrave. The 77 New York is Chris Clark as always, and the 76 is Dennis Barcombe. Here comes Foley and Bradley off the 4th turn. Green, flag is out. Josh Lavarnway thinking 3 wide off the start. Wisely backed out of that move. Here comes Amber Turner threading the needle through the middle. Dale O'Neill looking to go with her through the middle. Out front it is Robert Foley. Kane Favreau on the 20K thinks down to the inside. He backs out of that move. Boy, look at this 3 wide off of turn number 4 for the 5th spot. 3 wide off the 4th turn. It is now for the 6th spot as Amber Turner is able to get rid of that 3 wide battle. I'm sure she was very relieved to avoid that 3 wide battle. Now look at this. 3 wide for the lead nearly going into turn number 3. Good move by Kane Favreau to back out of that. Being a rookie, that is one heck of a move to back out of the 3 wide move going into turn number 3. Johnny Bradley leads this lap. He is the leader in the number 69 car. Robert Foley trying to hang on to the 2nd spot, but he's got 2 cars breathing down his neck. The 20K of Kane Favreau and the 6 of Tyson Drown. Drown and Favreau run side by side. They work off the 4th turn, and they're still not able to get through past Foley in that 66. Look at Amber Turner thinking 3 wide on the top of the racetrack. Amber Turner in that number 86 takes a peek up to the top of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Dale O'Neill's going to go with her down on the inside. O'Neill trying to find a way by down on the inside, but he's picked. Amber Turner able to go on the top of the racetrack. She takes it way up to the top, nearly brushing the wall off the 4th turn. And she's able to hold off O'Neill for the 5th spot. Again, Turner looks very high. But they push up the racetrack to the 20K and the 6. Here comes Dale O'Neill down on the inside. He says, thank you very much. Gets around 3 cars in 1 corner. Here comes the 54 of Jason Chris right on with him. Down along the inside. And Amber Turner really gets shuffled to the back as she was hung out on the outside to dry. Look out. Sideways is the 20K of Kane Favreau. Heck of a save by Kane, just being a young rookie. Able to right the ship and keep going, but again, bad news for Amber Turner. There's that pizza wagon up on top of turns 3 and 4, trying to stay out of the way so he can make that final delivery of the night. Amber Turner almost punted him in the rear end. That would not have been good news if you ordered pizza. Back out front, it's Dale O'Neill sneaking around down on the inside. Johnny Bradley's trying to hold on to the outside. Nope. Dale O'Neill gets around, and he is the new leader at the halfway point. Dale O'Neill is looking to win his 3rd event in the mini modifieds. He is the only repeat winner in this division, and he is looking for win number 3 tonight. They're side by side for the 2nd spot. Chris sticks the nose down in front with the Bud Light Platinum 54. He takes the second spot away. Back to third is Bradley. Fourth right now is Rob Clark. Fifth is rounded out by the 0-2 of Eric Riel. Riel with the nose down underneath Clark in the 14. Off the second turn, he draws even down the backstretch. Clark uses the progressive banking to help out a little bit. Into turn number 3, they draw even. And through the middle of the corner, it's still Clark on top, but here comes Riel as Clark pushed up the racetrack. Riel now to the 4 spot. Although maybe some tag team work coming up between Rob Clark and Chris Clark as they race side by side as they try to catch back up to that number 0-2 car. Taking a look at the battle out front. It's the 16 showing the way, but the 54 is chasing him down. Just a car length off the back bumper. Jason Chris looked down to the inside that time. No room there. Washes up the racetrack, follows that 16 around. 10 laps are in the books. There were 5 to go that time around. Through 3 and 4, there are a couple of slow cars, and I mean slow up in front. Where's Dale O'Neill going to go? The pizza wagon in the 49. The 49 sideways, and he just goes way up out of the way. That's no problem. He better hang on to it, though. Well, that was a pretty good save. Jay LaGrave is driving Jason Ledoux's car. That was a pretty nice save. Dale O'Neill had a scary moment there, though, as he was wondering where he was going to go. Rejoining at the back of the pack is the 49. And guess what? They might have to do it one more time getting around him. Dale O'Neill is still holding off the 54 of Jason Chris. Eric Riel has worked his way to the 3rd spot, and Chris Clark's trying to come with him. Johnny Bradley's off the pace in the number 69 car. He is slowing in the top of turn number 3. Popsicle sticks are out for Dale O'Neill in the 16. Dale O'Neill and that number 16 still holding him off. Johnny Bradley's come to a stop, and we have a yellow flag. Dale O'Neill, this should be very interesting. The pizza wagon and the 49 are out of the way. Don't think they're going to be any part in this finish. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green, flag is out. Great restart for Dale O'Neill in the 16. He's been A+ this year on restarts, and give him another A+ right there. As he pushes up the racetrack in turn number 2, the 54 of Chris looks down to the inside in turn 3. Chris Clark was able to get around the 0-2 of Eric Riel. Look out, Kate Favreau is sideways in front of the field. Another good save, but a white flag out. Great job, Kate Favreau. Focusing back out front, Dale O'Neill vaults off of turn number 2. It's going to take a miracle for that number 54 at this point with the run the 16 got. As here comes Dale O'Neill off the 4th turn. He is going to win for the 3rd time in 2013. Jason Chris 2nd, 3rd to Chris Clark, 4th Eric Riel, and 5th is going to go to Rob Clark.
5 regular racing divisions will be back in action here at the Big A. And just a couple of weeks away is our big fireworks night. All divisions will be racing in addition to the gigantic fireworks display, which will take place on Saturday, June the 29th. Jason Chris has brought the 54 to victory lane. He finishes 2nd. Chris Clark 3rd with the 77. And Dale O'Neill in the number 16 is coming back to victory lane with the checkered flag. 3rd win of the year for Dale.
Give him a nice round of applause. 3rd win of the year for Dale O'Neill. Come on over, Dale. You know the drill. You've been here. This is now the 3rd time this season, and the car was good right from the start, and you were able to make it stick tonight.
Yeah, well, the car wasn't that great. I had to push. I was just lucky to hold on. He seemed a little quicker than me, but the restart, I guess, helped because I squirted away a little bit.
And go ahead and talk about that restart. Your strategy on the restart seems very good. I think maybe out of 10 restarts, 9 of them you've been A+ on. Go ahead and talk about your restarts.
They have to go at my pace, and I just put it to the floor, and they have to react to me, so they're good, I guess.
All right, well, nice job. Good enough to get win number 3 this season.
Thank you. I'd like to thank DMO Motors, my brother, my father, and my mom. Thank you.
All right, that's Dale O'Neill. Wins for the 3rd time, 2013. Rob, go ahead and take the final words.
All right, we hope you've enjoyed your Saturday night at the Big A. We'll remind everybody again that racing action resumes next Saturday, 6 o'clock the post time. All 5 regular racing divisions back on the card. We encourage you to use patience and courtesy as you exit the Speedway tonight. Remember to